Good morning, folks. This is Deb. I'm going to be leaving for work in not too long, and I got some stuff to do, but I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about something. So, the Democrats killed the crypto bill, and that is a very, very, very good thing, okay? Um, because there are a lot of issues with that bill that still need to be worked through. But a couple of things in an article that I was reading relative to killing the crypto bill were the terms crypto curious Democrats. And then the mention that Ruben Gallego uh, took $10 million from the crypto industry during his reelection campaign. So let's talk about this for a minute, because I want you to really hear my words, okay? There's only one way out of where we are right now, okay? And we must, absolutely must crush the Republican Party in the midterms. We must come out in droves for the Democrats because, faults or no faults, we would not be anywhere near where we are right now. We would not be on the fringes. We would not be fighting for our very lives. And you will remember my videos from September, October last year, warning everybody that if we got stuck under a Trump regime, all we would be doing was fighting for our lives. And that is exactly what we're doing. Okay. We're fighting healthcare cuts. We're fighting environmental cuts. We have a guy running the Health and Human Services Department who is an absolute positive lunatic. And a lot of people are going to get sick in this country over the next 4 years, whether you want to hear that or not. But there's only one way out, and that's the Democrats. However, however, when Trump is gone, that doesn't mean any of this is over. Okay, the seeds of fascism have been sown in the United States now. This is going to be a long and hard battle. It doesn't mean, even if Trump would be, impeached in this term, there is a cadre of GOP people out there who are fascists. We are in fascism right now. Let's make no bones about it. Okay. We have a long battle ahead of us. And part of that battle is building a better Democratic Party. Okay. And that means that big money influence has to be a priority. We have got to get rid of big money in politics. We have got to overturn Citizens United. Okay. We have to work on that. We, the people, that battle has to be pushed by us. Okay. And, you know, make no mistake, we have to build a better party and in some cases with better candidates. We fought really hard for Ruben Gallego because Ruben Gallego is a hell of a lot more stable and better than Kerry Lake. And actually even better than Kirsten Sinema, okay, who should have been in the Republican Party, not the Democratic Party. But Ruben Gallego has done some stuff that I'm not happy with, that you shouldn't be happy with, like voting for the Lake and Riley Act, which victimizes immigrants. Get that last name, folks. Gallego, okay? Now, a lot of these votes that come from the Democrats come because they feel like they're in territories that are vulnerable. That's crazy talk because no MAGA people are going to vote for any Democrat. So they're protecting turf that, that's not their job. Their job is to vote and do what's right for the American people. It's not about keeping your job here, all right? You deserve a long career in American politics if you fight for the people. People like Bernie Sanders, people like AOC, the people who do not take big money because big money influence doesn't have party lines, okay? When you take that kind of money, like 10 million from the crypto industry, there is never a businessman, a billionaire, or a corporation that gives money to a politician without some kind of quid pro quo. It just does not work that way. So part of our battle has got to be to build a better Democratic Party. That's what David Hogg is trying to do, no matter what James Carville tells you, okay? James Carville is the old guard, okay? It's time for some new action and new blood on the Democratic side. They said AOC couldn't win. She's in her third term. She deserves a fourth term. She deserves to keep winning because she continues to fight unabashedly for the American people, as has Bernie Sanders over the years. In his 80s, he's as sharp as a tack. He's out there battling, and he is a man to be respected and admired. Okay? So part of our job after we get out of this mess is to make sure that we build a Democratic Party that works for the working class, for the working people. And that means we need to push candidates who do not take PAC money. Better still, what we really need to do is push for election finance reform across the board. We need to overturn Citizens United. And we need to also reform the broadcast industry, our telecommunications industry. We have to get rid of the Telecommunications Act of 1996 and return journalism and broadcasting to what it once was. Okay, the Edward R. Murrow days. And that is relative to elections as well. Those should be election ads that come to the people, should not be an opportunity to charge $30 billion for 30 seconds by a corporate entity. It should be a public service announcement. That's what we have to change. Publicly funded elections that get airtime as public service announcements. We can accomplish this if the people are pushing the buttons and driving the bus. And that's what our goal is going to be. Number one, read my lips. We have got to vote Democrat up and down the ballot. Everybody, including rational-minded Republicans. There is only one way out of this. There are no good Republicans. None. Zero. And all of these new centrist parties are bullshit. They have been proven to be PAC money for Republicans. Okay? Forget third parties. They are not your solution. They cannot take hold fast enough to fend this off. They can only complicate the matter. We have got to vote Democrat, and then we have got to build a Democratic Party that is solidly in the court of the working people in America. People who are going to protect you, the voters, the people who pay their salaries, and the people who need to be demanding all of this of these people. However, if you're not going to vote, then you know what? You don't care about this country, you don't care about yourselves, and you don't care about the democratic process. 90 million people did not bother to vote in November. They are in large part how we ended up here. That is unacceptable, and it's unacceptable for the United States to be 31st in the world in voter turnout. That's something that absolutely also has to change. I will talk to you all later.